At the Waitomo glowworm caves, you enter a subterranean world of wonder of stalactites and stalagmites. But the major attraction to these caves is the larvae of the fungus gnat, which literally has the sun shining out of its behind. Who did discover these caves?
It was discovered by Tane Tinero, who was a local chief, and Fred Mace, who was an English surveyor, visited this area in 1887. He convinced Tane Tinero to explore the cave, and they built a raft outside and they floated into the glowworm grotto. The local Māori, they knew of these entrances to them, but they didn't go into caves. They really associated them with death, and they did use some of them, specific ones, for burial purposes.
What's your connection with Chief Tinero?
He's my great-grandfather. You've got the typical stalactites. We just say they hold tight to the ceiling, and the stalagmites might reach the ceiling. They're all made of calcite. It's a mineral that's basically it's dissolved out of the limestone. The water trickles over the outside, and as each droplet falls off the end, there's a minute amount of these crystals behind, and then dripping onto the floor. You get these layers building up, and given long enough, sometimes they'll join together. 1 inch is given as 500 years, or 1 cubic centimetre, so the tip of my finger, would take 100 years. Well, we call this the organ loft.
Awesome! That is cool.
I've heard sort of rough estimates on this, somewhere around 200,000 to 300,000 years old. What we actually see here is the larva stage of this insect. It will grow to the shape and size of a matchstick over a period of 9 months of a 12-month life cycle. And it builds a little nest on the ceiling like a hammock. It just moves backwards and forwards along it. It will then suspend from the ceiling all these very long silk threads covered with a mucus that makes them slightly toxic to other insects. They then go into the pupa stage and then into the adult fly stage. Looks like a big mosquito. But without a mouth, it just mates, reproduces. The female lays its eggs and will die within a week of starvation. And the first larvae to hatch out, about 3 millimetres long, eats all those other eggs laid around it. This gives it a head start. Even these ones that we see here, they're very territorial. They'll sometimes fight for position and they'll eat each other. And sometimes the adult fly gets caught in the threads and it gets eaten as well. The Māori name is TTY. Titi, or one of the names. Titi is suspended, hanging, and often over water, which is why.
The eerie underground world of the Waitomo caves really is worth a visit. And when you take a silent boat ride through the glowworm grotto, you begin to get a sense of the excitement that Chief Tinero and Fred Mace must have felt when they drifted slowly through the darkness.